thing where they walk into a room and everybody notices them.
Okay, well, something happened to Kate.
Yes.
And we want to bring awareness to it. He has shown me so many pictures. She is so beautiful. Yes. Even when she was bald, she had the prettiest head ever. Yeah. And so full of smiles. You could see the love coming out of her eyes. And she died from cancer, breast cancer. Yes. And can you tell us what kind?
Sure. And yeah. So Kate was, my mom had just passed away, and she was 25 years old, and she had just moved back home. She had worked in D.C. for Senator Cantwell, our senator from Washington State. She was in politics. She really wanted to make a difference in the world, and she thought, she would do that. So she went to D.C., and then she came home to work for our U.S. Congressman, Derek Kilmer, who's an awesome guy. And she said, "Mom, I feel this lump in my breast. Do you want to feel it?" And as soon as I felt it, I yelled out the F word. It felt like a very hard golf ball. And I knew right away that it was cancer, because I had felt, we're all lumpy women, we get breast lumps, like with our cycles and stuff. And I knew that this felt very different. And so we were actually cleaning out my mom's house, and we went back and got her appointment right away, and she went through. They don't give young women mammograms, so we had to have, a little tug of war with insurance, and but her general doc knew there was something wrong. So long story short, she had a biopsy, and yes, it was triple negative cancer. I didn't know breast cancer had so many variations, and it does. And so she had the worst kind. So I just remember so vividly her sitting in her little paper gown, and she felt like she was miles away, and I was sitting in the doctor's office with her, and the surgeon came in very matter of fact, and she said, "Not only do you have cancer, but you have the worst kind of cancer. It's very aggressive, and it wouldn't surprise me if it is metastasized by now." And really just like one single tear, went down Kate's cheek, and she was just so brave, and she just looked at me, and she could tell I was just about to faint, because I literally had to leave the room and lost it from both ends. And anyway, so when she was diagnosed, she got the family together and her friends together, and she said, this was the first day, and she said, "You just have to promise me there'll be no bad days." And she made us all promise there'll be no bad days. And so every single day, through a double mastectomy, through weeks and weeks of radiation, and 2 straight years of chemo, she made us pledge that no bad days. And even she was sick, and she'd go, "Wasn't that receptionist so funny? Wasn't she sweet?" Or, "Oh my gosh, that was the best orange." Or she really, really worked hard at finding good things every single day. And, even at the worst, like when they said, "I'm so sorry it's in your lungs. I'm so sorry it's in your thyroid. I'm so sorry you have 19 brain tumors." She literally just kept going. And the only thing that made her cry was when I cried. And she said, "I'm so sorry, Mom." And I said, "I would do it all again for you." And I still would. And even though it's just been 6 months and I'm still grieving, I keep to that no bad days. And I really realized that love is absolutely the strongest thing. And it sounds so trite, but it really got us through. And her courage was amazing. And so, but she really wanted to spread the word that young women still need to check themselves, that it can happen. And I think the statistics are 40,000 women a year are die. I don't know if they pass away or die. I should know that. But it's so important to get mammograms and get checked. And all these women coming to San Diego this week are coming because they've known someone. We've all been affected by cancer and breast cancer. It takes moms and it takes daughters, like my beautiful girl. And she got to participate in the last couple years, and I'll show you pictures, all these women dressed in pink, and men and San Diego policemen dressed in pink. And Judy, I know, walked with us, and Kate couldn't do the whole walk, so we just did parts of it with her. But her best friend, signed up the first year Kate was diagnosed. She didn't know what else she could do, but she said, I can raise money. And so this year, she's raised over $70,000 just in Kate. Yeah, just in Kate's name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And team No Bad Days. So we're sticking to that No Bad Days. And so it's just really just amazing. So, I've never walked 20 miles a day or 60 miles, but I'm just going to keep going. Cause I think even when I have blisters, I'm going to think about just what she went through and what all these women go through, and men too. Men are getting breast cancer too. So yeah. So anyway, thank you for asking me and for having me. I love you guys so much. I'm huge fans of this podcast. So I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
That's what I was saying. As far as, knowing Kate, was you would never have known that she was going through what she was going through because of her attitude. And one of the things when we attended the service was people were telling stories, and the senators were there. They actually had it televised because there were so many people. Oh, wow. And that just goes to show how one person can touch so many lives. And someone, I don't remember who it was, told us a story. It might have been Caroline, that she was at a stoplight. And she had these wigs that were just beautiful. And this guy looked at her, and I mean, she's gorgeous. And she had the blonde wig on. Do you know what I'm going to say? And she was like, hi. And she pulled the wig off, and the guy was like, oh my God. And she just drove away. And I was like, in the midst of all that, someone that had the...
She would play with that. Like my favorite story is when she went to Jiffy Lube to drop off her car, and she had her wig on, and she is so beautiful. So she was so beautiful, and she just said to the guy, she goes, "Is it okay? I have to run an errand. I'll be right back." And when she came back in, she's completely bald, and he was just like, "Yes,
I have to go get my hair done."
Yes. And she came back. So she would have fun with it, but she really in the end just decided, she's like, really, I don't need hair. I don't need boobs. And she cancer taught her so much. She's like, that's not who we are. Like, she just felt like, and she just was like, I never knew how much I was loved. And, that's the thing. I still have PTSD from the whole experience, to be honest, but I just really feel like that love was like, I'm forever changed, and I am so proud of her.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So you say, did you or did you not do this walk before?
I've done it just to support her best friend, Mackenzie, who's the one who's raised the money for Team No Bad Days. And so she's done the walk 3 times. And so this will be the first time that I've signed up as a walker, because before I was taking care of Kate last year, she just found out it had gone to her brain, so she was having a hard time walking. And so, but she tried to walk a little bit, and so she was able to be there, and all those women carried her through the finish line, and it was just so beautiful. Judy will tell you I was bawling like a baby. But
is it too late? Is it too late to sign up?
It's probably too late to sign up, but you can come cheer people on, and you can sign up for next year. And what I did too was sort of like at the last 5 miles, I just started walking with ladies, because they're really, and guys, my husband's going to walk it too. And just kind of just keep chatting with them and keep walking through, as they're limping through, so. Yeah.
So you are allowed to walk with them?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. We should do that.
Yeah. You should be on Team No Bad Days next year.
Oh, totally.
Yes, we're going to do it. Yeah.
You know what? I've so many years, I always say, okay, come November, I'm going to get my you-know-what together, and I'm going to walk. But I really kind of didn't know who to put together, or am I going to do this alone, oh my gosh. Okay, next November we're on.
Yes.
We are definitely on.
It's always this weekend in November in San Diego. And I understand San Diego's the best city, obviously, with the beautiful weather and everything. And the city really comes together, just to see the firemen, the police people, their first responders are out there dressed in pink and wearing pink tutus and just having fun. And, a lot of people complain that it trivializes Susan G. Komen, and they kind of don't like the whole pink thing. But for Kate, it just gave her so much enthusiasm and fun, and she just felt like it was just such an inspiration. So
and
it's
also
a good
spectators. The spectators line the streets too.
Yeah.
You know, they go all the way from Del Mar all the way down to San Diego, and spectators, and then people wearing crazy hats and pink hair, and so it pulls everybody together.
Have you seen any signs since she has passed?
Oh, well, I mean, that is funny.
Yeah.
A few things. I mean, not as much. I mean, the day she died, she loves that Casey Musgrave song, "Always a Rainbow Over Your Head." Have you heard? Yeah, that's so beautiful. So the day she died, I was like, okay, Kate, you got to give me this bad day because, it's obviously the worst day. And so we're driving home from the hospital, and we live near Puget Sound, and there's 2 beautiful rainbows over the water. And I'm just like, really, Kate? and then on her 6-month anniversary, we were having a hard time. So her sister and her best friend and another friend, they took a road trip, and they saw a double rainbow. And then I was walking, and I saw a rainbow over the water. So that was kind of sweet. And the other thing is, my son came out right before she passed, and anyway, he wanted to go to Gay Pride in New York. So we were in this Manhattan. It was huge, Gay Pride, and we were just about to leave the parade, and this beautiful butterfly flies on his shoulder right in the middle of Manhattan. And so we stayed there, and people took pictures of it, and it was just this beautiful butterfly in the city, and it's just all around all this crazy noise and everything. And as soon as it flew away, we looked up, and there was the Queer Eye cast. Oh my God. And we would have missed them if that butterfly hadn't flown on his shoulder. So we say that was Kate. Oh, totally. And the other thing, she was a huge Sounders fan, Seattle Sounders soccer team, and so they won the championship this year. So we always think that was Kate too. So let's go Seahawks, and then we'll know for sure. But so anyway, I know I'm Charger country, but yeah. So
not really.
Not really. Oh, I know. I'm sorry, that's a sore subject, but
I still love Chargers. But
I know.
Well, now right. Isn't there rumors that they're moving somewhere else?
To London.
Oh, to London, yeah.
That makes no sense. It's so dumb.
Like
England?
Yes, like England.
Yeah, let me just pack up and go see a Charger game in London.
Chip, chip, cheerio, and all that sort of thing.
I want to tell you a pretty cool story about my mom. She lost her brother to cancer, and she was working in an office that was upstairs and had a window. Anyway, she was told, if you want your loved one who has passed to send you a sign, ask them to send you something in a color. So she said, Pat, please show me something in yellow. And that day, a yellow canary flew through the window.
Oh my God.
And landed on her head.
What? Are you kidding?
I'm not even joking. I'm so into this. I'm so into signs. She's going to give you so many signs. She really will. Oh my God. I feel like I know her through Erik and all the things that he has said about her and all the pictures you guys have shared. And I'm just so sorry. You are so brave, so incredibly brave. I mean, 6 months is nothing. I mean, how are you holding up?
I basically cry every single day, but I was just telling Erik, I actually call him Normie because in high school, when I first met him, I still remember the moment. He was standing on this hill. He was looking out. It was like weird, like a God ray on him. Like he had this beautiful red hair and everything. And I thought he looked so fancy. I don't know why I thought he should be named Norman or something. But anyway, I was just telling him at dinner that, you can, it just goes to show you that you can hold more than one feeling at once, because I feel all this grief, but then I also feel joy. And I feel like she loved life so much, and she really, really wanted to live. Like she was just like, hit me with the chemo, whatever. She went on this trial, and she was like, well, I know this trial isn't going to work for me, but it's going to teach them more about breast cancer, so let's do it. And it actually kind of paralyzed her, but she did it anyway. And but anyway, I was just kind of telling him that you can just hold one of these feelings, more than once. And also that she loved life so much that I want to love it too for her. But I do make time to cry every day and really sit with it.